Hey everyone, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and as you can probably tell, this is not where I usually shoot videos, but there was some really exciting news today that I had to cover. You know, even though I'm not at home right now, I'm on a work trip, 350 miles away. I'm in a hotel room, as you can see. Don't have any of my equipment with me, but I'm here for a few days, and honestly, this news was too good not to share. So this will be a quick video, jumping right into things here, but we have some news today that the Criterion Collection is actually going to 4K. So they're finally going to jump into the world of 4K. First, there was a post on the Criterion forum that came from an insider who said he had a source that Criterion's jumping into 4K. And the first movie, or we don't know if this is the first one yet, but the movie that this person had heard was an American film from the last 30 years. Some people are guessing Mulholland Drive because that had a 4K master. Silence of the Lambs could be it. It's got to be one that sells at a pretty decent rate because we have to assume that these are probably going to be $40 plus, right? A regular Criterion's $35 to $40 retail. This will probably be $45 to $50 retail. So it's got to be a title that sells well. So we had that news. That's from a Criterion forum, another insider. But of course, I've got my own sort of inside sources, and I've been told some things too. Again, like that person, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to ruin future chances at working with Criterion. I don't want to blow anything up here in their face. But I will say that from what I've heard, they are definitely going to be licensing some stuff out from the other studios. That's still going to be very much a main play for them. And the titles that I'm hearing, at least one of them, would be a very big title for Criterion in their collection. And it's not from the last 30 years in American film, but I'd say it's from the first 30 years of American film. It's a much earlier film, also American, but much earlier, versus this person who's hearing that it's a newer release. So that's two distinct releases that, you know, I've heard about one, that person heard about one. The news is certainly going around. So ultimately, it means that Criterion is doing 4K. These aren't likely to show up in stores until 2022. I would doubt that they make the release calendar this year. It may be something they announce at the end of 2021 to celebrate, 2022 and the new year. I would say you'll probably see them sometime next spring, summer at the earliest if they don't get pushed back. But they would both be new 4K releases. These aren't re-releases of existing titles. They'd be new releases, which is really exciting. Now, like I said, I would expect that these are going to run you at least $45 to $50, maybe even $55 or $60 for some releases. Now, the time to buy them will still probably be 50% off sales, which is running right now as I'm making this video at Barnes & Noble in July. That way you can get them for $25 to $30, but you should realize there's definitely going to be a premium on Criterion Collection 4K releases, even more so than the premium that's already put on them by the major studios. But this is very exciting because honestly, I can't think of another major distributor. I'm sure there's some, little studios or distributors out there who haven't gone to 4K, but even, Blue Underground's done 4K. Mill Creek has done some 4K. RLJE has done 4K. Arrow did 4K. Scream and Shout Factory are doing 4K. Kino Lorber does 4K. I mean, everybody's doing 4K except for Criterion. So this finally gets them into that world, and it's exciting to see them join. It'll be really interesting to see what they do with the packaging, what some of the other titles they have released. But I wouldn't expect them to go hard into 4K. I think they'll still be very selective. They'll still certainly be putting out plenty of Blu-ray and still supporting DVD. That is their main business model. I would say if we're lucky, maybe you get 3 or 4 Criterion 4K releases a year. Maybe it'll get better, but that would be my guess. I wouldn't expect one every month. It would be great if we got one a month, but I think with just the way they operate, a lot of the films, the restoration work takes a long time, and they'll probably be working with some of the studios and some of the major players out there who have already done some restoration work or have that in-house. And then they'll probably be sourcing from their own 4K masters, which they own under Janus Films, which is their theatrical label that does some restoration. So I'm sure they have plenty to choose from. I wouldn't expect a huge rush of 4K titles from Criterion, but ultimately this is really, really good news, which is why I had to make a video, even though I'm sitting in a hotel room in Pennsylvania. You know, I did a 7-hour drive today. I'm tired. I wanted to go to bed, but I can't. Content never sleeps, and neither do these movies. So I had to get this out there for you guys. Hopefully you're excited. Like I said, I can't name the title. I'm just not going to blow that up in my face and ruin my chances. But I'd love to hear your guesses in the comments, and especially guess what that other insider had to say, because I don't know which title that could be. I have my own guesses. I have no inside knowledge on that one. So I'd love to hear what you guys think, or other ones you think the Criterion should bring to 4K. But overall, very exciting news. I'm pumped for this. I can't wait to see what they do. Their Blu-ray transfers are already some of the best out there. They've been slipping a little bit lately, so I'm hoping they can come back with some great 4K releases. So that's it for the news today. Quick update. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I had to get this news out there, but if you want to stay up to date on news like this and all your latest in reviews and home entertainment news, 4K Blu-ray, all that good stuff, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. This is the kind of work I put into this channel. Even when I'm on work trips, I'm putting in the work for the content all on my own. So I appreciate all the support. Follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. Definitely let me know what you guys think you'd like to see, or if you have any guesses for what Criterion's putting out. But exciting news today. I'm super pumped. You should be too. But that's about it. Yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I'll have back with more reviews once I got back from the work trip.